The ocean. It's a huge and mostly unexplored place on our planet, and an incredible 95% of all the oceans in the world still remains unseen by humans. This leaves the burning question of what could be lurking in the unexplored areas. Many experts believe that given the vastness of the ocean, it would not be a surprise if some pretty large animals still remain undiscovered. And there is certainly no denying that when talking about the unexplored deep sea, the first thing people tend to think of is the possibility of mythical and terrifying sea creatures. And although this thought is amazing, it's equally terrifying. Now, over the years there have been many mysterious sounds captured by underwater devices that to this day have no real explanation. So have a listen to these and see what you think. I recommend you wear some headphones to better hear the sounds, and let's get started with 5 of the most mysterious underwater sounds ever recorded. Let's start with probably the most popular underwater sound ever recorded, the bloop. Most of you have already probably heard it, but maybe you haven't heard the actual real-time recorded version. It was first heard in 1997 when it was picked up on hydrophones across the Pacific, and whatever it was very, very loud. The underwater microphones that picked it up were around 3,000 miles away and still managed to detect it. Most versions on the internet have been speeded up by 16 times so that the bloop can be heard easier, but the original version I find far more eerie and mysterious. Let's take a listen. Shortly after this recording, the sound was pinpointed by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It was located around 650 miles off the South American coast in a remote corner of the Pacific Ocean. Fans of fictional tales went wild because it's around here that the legendary Cthulhu creature written by H.P. Lovecraft in 1928 was alleged to have lived. Now, although the NOAA now believe the sound was caused by an icequake, there is actually no real evidence to prove that this was the cause. So, what do you think it was caused by? Some say it was a blue whale, but there are no recorded blue whales in history whose sound could be heard from 3,000 miles away. Others strongly believe it was some sort of whale hybrid or other enormous unknown sea creature, but since the sound still has no precise origin, the bloop continues to remain a mystery. Upsweep. Labelled the upsweep due to its narrow band upsweeping sound, this mysterious sound was first heard when the Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory began its underwater audio surveillance in August 1991. What's unusual about this reoccurring sound is that it's very seasonal. In the spring and autumn the sound will get louder, then during the rest of the year it will be quieter. What is also strange is that since its first discovery, the noise level has slowly been decreasing year after year, but even now it can still be faintly heard echoing through the sea. The real-time version is very long, so here it is speeded up 16 times. Take a listen. Since the sound was located near believed submarine volcanoes, it's thought to possibly be bubbles from a volcano which are getting trapped in a cave or overhang above, which is causing this strange sound. But since it's thought to be coming from the darkest depths of the Pacific Ocean, which so far cannot be explored, what's causing this frequent seasonal sound is a mystery. The train. This next unidentified sound was recorded on March 5, 1997 by the Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array in the same year as the bloop and the slowed down recording. It was labelled the train because it sounds similar to the wheels of a train rubbing against the tracks. There is so little information on this mysterious sound, but we do know that there are a few theories on what it could be. Take a listen. Scientists think that it's most likely an iceberg dragging along the sea floor, creating shockwaves and producing the sound. But many are certain that this is not the case, and that it's caused by some giant sea creature that lives between the icebergs deep in the ocean. Since the deepest depths of the ocean are yet to be exposed, and with the discovery of new sea creatures every year, we certainly cannot rule this out. But what do you think? Is it an iceberg scraping the ocean floor, or a creature that we can't even begin to imagine? Since March 1999, an annual underwater sound has been recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, just off the coast of South America. Named Julia, this creepy sound has an enormous amount of speculation surrounding it. Many believe Julia is the sound of a huge underwater sea creature, mainly due to the fact that it sounds like something howling deep in the ocean. What do you think? Some say the thought of a giant underwater sea creature is unrealistic, and the sound is a result of underwater volcanic activity or a large iceberg knocking the ocean floor. But with the sound being caught so clearly and reoccurring each year, one's imagination can run wild about what is causing Julia. There are believed to be secret photographs taken by NASA's Apollo AA-35 that are thought to show a huge shadow moving through the waters in the southwest region of Cape Cod, which is the same sort of area as Julia can be heard. The shadow was allegedly larger than the Empire State Building, but was dismissed as being any known sea creature simply because there is no animal that matches the incredible size of the image captured. It could have been a colony of swimming fish, but there is no evidence of this, so people have come up with all kinds of theories, from giant undiscovered whales to enormous octopuses. But since we can't prove exactly what Julia was caused by, the sound and the believed photos that could be the cause of the sound continue to remain a mystery. Slow down. All of these underwater sounds are eerie, but this next one takes things to another level. It was recorded on May 19, 1995 by underwater recorders in the equatorial Pacific Ocean just off the Antarctic Peninsula. It has been heard on more than one occasion, and this eerie descending frequency was detected by 3 sensors nearly 3,100 miles away. The sound is like something from a horror movie as it descends in frequency over several minutes. When it was released to the public, it had been speeded up 16 times to better hear the frequency change. Take a listen. Now, some say the sound spectrum of the slowdown closely resembles that of ice friction vibrations. It's believed that this creepy sound is caused by ice sheets breaking off a few thousand miles away and plunging down to the bottom of the ocean, causing a vibration through the sea as they fall and drag on the side of a surface. But since this cannot be proven, NOAA has this slowdown mysterious sound filed as one of their unexplained sounds of the sea. So, that's 5 very real and very mysterious sounds that have been captured underwater. What do you think they are? I would love to hear your views in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter to keep up to date with upcoming videos. Thanks again, and see you next week.